Welcome back to Artists on Artists on Artists on Artists. This week on the show, we have the writer's room of Black Mirror.
Black Mirror, like The Twilight Zone that came before it, is an anthology sci-fi series focused on what if something happened with technology.
Technology is one of the biggest parts of our life. Chances are you're watching this current thing through a screen. But what if that screen was evil? These guys talk about stuff like that every day.
So let's get ready to ask and answer some pretty effed up questions. Let's listen in.
So let's get this, babe. So let's get this.
Let's get it,
Everyone
babe.
turned
So let's
off.
get this.
I would love to get it,
turned
babe.
off. Everyone turned off.
Am I turned off?
If
Oh,
everyone turned
of
off.
course.
I don't want to be recorded.
Okay.
I've been
Of course.
recorded before I didn't want to be.
No, that's what happens. I'm not taking any chances. I'm not taking any
Yeah,
chances.
And I'll
with
say,
this.
I'm
What if-
only going to give these guys an hour, and then
That's
they're going
right.
to turn it off.
You
Right?
got to turn it off.
You get 1 hour.
Got an hour, I get to turn it off.
And if you're listening at home, like in your car or something, you get an hour and then it's off.
And
Right?
Turn
I
it
do
off.
need everybody on airplane mode. We know the sinister reasons why, because we haven't written it yet.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Have
We
you noticed?
know because we haven't written it
Have you
yet.
noticed the
Yeah.
voice record? The voice record is really crazy.
It is. No,
Yeah.
it's got me thinking about a lot of ideas. Voice record, voice memos.
My
Yes.
my phone's been sending voice notes without me asking all the time. Sends them everywhere.
Like, what if your father died in 2009, but then you started getting voice memos from him?
Write it down.
Okay,
Write
wait,
it down.
wait,
Write
wait,
it down.
wait. Wow, that's a fit one, babes. That's good, babes.
We like to fit ideas. We like to find the fit ideas in the
the
group.
fittest. The fittest.
Hi,
fittest of the
everybody.
bunch.
We are some of the writers
Just some.
of the British premiere show Black Mirror.
Netflix, we love you.
We love you,
We love you.
Netflix.
Ba-bum.
Ba-bum.
We love that.
Ba-bum.
We love that.
We love you.
that.
What a
Good noise.
catchy noise. Ba-bum.
We love
Ba-bum.
ba-bum. We
Anytime
love
the
it.
Netflix people call us, we say, "Oh, hold on, shh, ba-bum." Ba-bum's on the phone. We
Yeah,
gotta talk.
sometimes we'll be
Ba-bum.
pitching. Sometimes we'll be
Ba-bummy.
pitching and we'll be like, oh, right. So, yeah, you know, the voice memo listens to it in the graveyard. I think Bob Bum would like that.
Let's throw one to the ba-bums.
Literally.
We have our own language in the writers' room. Good luck keeping up.
Good
Yes.
luck. And I know this podcast interviews lots of writers' rooms and stuff. And they were like, oh my God, you're going to get, like, you're just going to pitch crazy ideas. But I didn't know. I don't really trust pitching anything in front of a machine. Yeah?
Absolutely.
It's true.
No.
We don't like machines, but we use them too.
Well, we're all fascinated by them. I feel like we're all deeply enthralled by a machine,
Innit?
by
Exactly.
technology.
Because the machine has an awesome power that we can't really fully grasp until we've written it.
And we're not just talking about machines like cars. We're talking about things like phones and TVs too.
Yeah, mostly phones, yeah.
Mostly phones.
Because we should
mostly
go around.
phones.
We should go around because we should talk. You have some car stuff.
I have some car stuff.
But it's usually when a car becomes a little bit of a phone.
Yeah, it's like what if your car was a phone?
Yeah.
Yes, let's go around.
We've got to talk about it. Yes, hello everyone. My name's Cherub Wiley. I'm so happy to be here. I'm from London, and I'm Charlie Brooker's best friend. Charlie Brooker, of course, is the head writer and creator of Black Mirror.
Oh, what a fucked up little man.
He's a strange man, a weird
He's
man.
got thoughts about phones I can't even
a lovely
comprehend.
man.
God.
But he said to me, Cherub, you've got such a weird way of texting. Do you want to come work on my show? I said, yes. He said, you understand phones in a way I never have. And I said, okay, I'm coming. So here I am.
And you wrote a new episode coming out. I think we can tease it. I don't know.
We can talk about it, yeah?
About the reverse camera on the car
Yeah, exactly.
being in your asshole.
It's imagining if there's a new surgery where you put the backup camera in your butt. And so everyone's looking at the cameras instead of looking where they're going, and they're bumping into stuff because it only shows what's below you and not
Yeah.
above you. So they're knocking into things like coat racks and stuff.
It's. I thought that was the one car idea that we greenlit, and I liked it.
It's really great.
Because it shows the body, and I think the body, if we're not talking about the human body, then we're not talking about tech.
We showed it last week. Jeremy Irons does a great job in it.
He was such a fascinating voice of the camera
He's
butt.
so great. He's
Oh,
so
yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, and Nicole, the one from Pussycats.
Nicole Scherzinger.
Oh, love her.
She plays the camera.
in his asshole.
It's really great, but it's really fun, and I love working on the show because what's crazy about it is not only is it crazy and weird, but also it's really fun because it's the best show that's ever been made.
I thought we'd never get to end that sentence.
Well, hello. I'll go next, I guess. My name is Richard Guffanim the Fern Buff.
Dicky the wolf.
The Fern Buff.
Yes, the Fern
Dicky, we
Buff.
call him Dicky with 5G.
Call him
And
Dicky Beef.
I will admit now, you may notice.
Beefy Dick.
Beefy
yes,
Dick.
Beefy Dick. I am in line for the throne, for the kingdom. I am about 423rd in line for the throne. And
But you never know because they're all sick in different ways.
they're all very sick.
I love your little advent calendar you get to eat when one of them dies.
It's a very sick,
Yeah.
fucked up calendar that we all have.
You got 400 chocolates behind all that cardboard.
And they all go
yes.
bad.
Every month we have to cycle it out. Every month a new calendar comes in. And I decided, be fun, more fun than just being a socialite royal, is if I jumped into writing. So I jumped into the writer's room of Black Mirror, and since season 2, I have not looked back. It has been enthralling and rich and divine.
Talk about your dogs.
Okay, fine. Well, there's Marty.
Enough. Talk about your dogs.
He brings in the dogs to the room. Go, talk about your dogs.
So Marty's a corgi. Charisse is a miniature poodle.
This is what you want to hear.
Devin is a ridgeback.
I love your dogs.
And then we have Marty, the German Shepherd, and we have Patrice, the corgi. That's the second corgi, and then I have about 13 more dogs. Do you guys want to hear them?
Well, but maybe we'll hear them later.
I want to say.
You were the one that said talk about the dogs.
I want you to hold on to that because I think there's going to be a moment where we want them later.
Thank you.
I think that's right.
I want to
And
say.
this ties in the episode which I am most famous for is the one where the dogs are killing machines and they're hunting that couple.
Yes,
Through the
they put the chip in the dog to track their location, and it turns into an evil killing thing.
Because I think it was when we were talking about rescue dogs, and we were talking about how, they have a chip in there. And it's an American thing as well, where if you find a dog on the street, you could see if it has a chip. And we hear chip in body.
Oh.
And we go, right?
Well, first we go, a potato chip, I'm hungry. And then we have lunch, and then we think, what if the chip was a computer
Or
chip?
chips, and we hear fries.
And we get chips or fries.
Yeah.
Where we are.
But yeah,
Chips or
because that's this
fries.
whole thing,
Chips
you
or
know.
fries.
It's that
we
chips
get
or
a chips
fries.
or fries.
But we were like, oh my God, these dogs all have chips. And then that just is the beginning.
It lit me up.
I mean, anytime we know of a new technology in here, we have to stop everything and go,
Literally.
what is the end point?
It's like
What's the worst thing that could happen?
It's like R&D. Like when we hear there's something coming in, we call and we say, hey, can we get a prototype of the new camera? Can we get a prototype of the new phone or whatever? And we get it in and we go, what if this was in my brain? What if this was in my hand? What if this was in my leg?
Yes.
And then we write an episode about it.
A little something that has a GPS, any type of anything like that coming to us is like, I don't know, John Lennon going through heartbreak. It's like, wow.
It's so electric is what I think
It's
you're trying
heartbreak
to
for a
say.
songwriter.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Do you want to introduce yourself?
Mummy here. Mummy, Mummy.
Yeah.
yes, mummy.
Like the
Mummy.
corpse.
Like, what'd you say?
Like the corpse.
Or like me mum.
Oh, no. I'm not a mum. I'm mummy.
Call her mummy.
Hey, babes, call her mummy. All right, so yeah.
I do love your podcast, by the way. Call her mummy.
Thank you. I'm trying to get off the ground. It's so hard.
It's so good.
It's
really
so
hard.
good.
But anyway, I'll have to say I've been in the writers' room. I think the same amount of time, a little bit. We're all together. And I when I was little, I had a inappropriate relationship with my flip phone.
Absolutely.
I wrote a piece on it. That piece went viral.
I remember this piece. It was
I saw you performing at Fringe.
Yeah, I did it Fringe, and I toured it. Because my parents were busy and working, and I created a whole family with my flip phone.
It was so interesting how the flip phone was perceived in your Fringe Festival show.
Yes, big.
My Motorola boyfriend.
Yes, my Motorola. So anyway, I'm a little bit of an artist, but I started writing when they recruited me, and I met you folk, and it's been lovely. I love you all.
You write a lot of the episodes where you go, I guess nothing happened in that one. And I love the
It was
choice.
just a
And
sweet
it's
story.
just nice.
So,
I mean,
a
I
nice
guess you
story.
can perceive it through the lens of technology.
Yeah,
In that I'm watching it.
I believe a story should end where it began. Nothing happened.
I love
I
it.
love that.
There's something about it that's just like, wow. All right,
lovely.
And
move
can we
on.
talk about your episode coming out soon, where the couple just gets in a light text fight and then they resolve it over text? It was,
Yes.
and they're never in the same room at the same time. I thought it was a genius commentary on the times now.
Domo Gleason and Claire Foy.
Como
love
as the
Claire
naughty
Foy.
boyfriend.
Claire Foy as the Nepo baby girlfriend.
Oh my god! And that conversation. I also want to thank. We had so many good artists in there. I think we had Bon Iver do the music. That was amazing.
Oh, heartbreaking. You know how
Heartbreaking.
normal it was.
And music
I thought it
almost.
would be heartbreaking, but he's doing fun stuff now.
Yeah,
Every
he's
once in
kind
a while,
of
he's
given up his
happy.
heartbreaking
We were
stuff.
kind of sad. We said,
I
I've got some
know.
happy stuff. We said, that's not why we called you.
I know it's so weird.
Weird.
But yeah, that's all about me and my duck. I have a duck.
And your deck? Your duck?
I have a duck.
You have a duck?
A duck.
See,
We all
this
got
is
it.
so
We all
interesting.
got it pretty quick. You
So what-
really held up.
So
a
it feels like it wasn't enough for you, and you changed it a little bit.
Look, I literally.
A
No,
duck?
it just got me
A dick?
thinking. It got me thinking.
No,
You know, there
here she
are
goes.
these
Go,
vocal
go there.
translating apps.
I love
how
her.
You hear what a foreign person's saying, it spits it out in English, but how do you know it's what they meant?
And how do you know it's not somebody up there or down there manipulating it?
How do you know
there.
there's a
Down
little
there.
man?
I like down there.
There's a little
Yeah.
man in hell changing all the
Changing
things
it.
from German to English.
And I think that happened just now. I said I have a duck, right? Because you were talking about your dogs, and I said I have a duck.
Well, you made me
And
talk
I
about
think
my
a little
dogs.
guy down there said, "What if I fuck up this interview?"
And he said, I'ma tell her it's Deck.
Yes. Or what if the mic took my voice and changed it?
We've got to write that. Gotta write that, love.
Gotta write
That's
that.
Really
such
gotta
a
write
thrilling
that.
episode.
Because
gotta
what
write
if
that.
the microphone made it different? Listen, we gotta lock in. Lock in. We've got to lock in.
Can I tell
Hi.
you that was a perfect transition to my fucking best friend in the entire
Oh
fucking
my
One of
world.
my favourites in the room, really.
Truly.
Mummy and I have a BFF necklace that we carry
It's massive,
everywhere.
babes. Babes, the necklace is massive.
It's a massive necklace. One necklace, we hand it back and forth
Yeah.
each week.
Yeah.
It's so cute. They started this last week.
I love you, babes. I'm obsessed with you.
Oh, obsessed with
I'm
you.
obsessed with the
We
sick
write a
little
lot
brain
together.
you have, and it carries me with me every day. Hi, my name is Baby Angel. I am. I used to
Mummy
work.
and baby angel. Who knew they
Mummy
could be
and
such
baby
good
angel.
friends?
And Cherub.
And cherub. and
Dick.
beefy dick.
Beefy Dick,
Or
Baby Angel.
Dicky beef.
Mummy.
Mummy and Cherub.
And that's the
It
writers.
is my real name, but you guys quickly changed it to Dicky beef and beefy dick.
Dicky.
Dicky Beef.
All right, all
Well,
right.
well,
go.
guys,
Baby Angel, go.
well, so I'm Baby
Baby
Angel. No.
I want to say I don't want to blow smoke up Baby Angel's booty, but I have to
No,
say
blow it, babes. Blow
I'm
me
going
booty.
to blow it. She writes the one episode, one or two every season where you go, whoa, that was really fucked up.
Yes.
Yes. And I can tell you, I
Yeah.
can tell you why. It's because when I was a nanny, I was nannying for some posh kids, and I've been doing that for my whole life, right? And so one day, I was putting a little one in her crib, and I heard a bird and then fell down. Right, so I
So
got,
wait. So you?
No, let her finish.
Actually, you know what? I'm not going to stop it. Keep going.
So I heard a bird, fell down, then I got a concussion, right? And as I was fading in and out of consciousness, I locked eyes with something that kind of looked like an eyeball, kind of looked like a person, kind of looked like a screen.
Was it the bird?
So it was a nanny cam.
You were being recorded.
Bum 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 bum
Bum bum watching me all day, all night. And so they were on holiday, right? So the parents didn't come
that's
back
not
for another
right.
week. And so I was
The
sitting.
parents left their child for a week.
She was a nanny.
I was a
normal.
nanny.
That's kind of
I was a
normal when
nanny.
you go to nanny.
What are you talking about?
When you're a nanny,
Dicky
a
beep,
parent
you never
can
met
leave their
They went on
child.
holiday.
Dicky beep.
Not
Oh, the
for the
Royals never
Royals.
use nannies.
We use a nanny not for a week. Jesus.
Your mum is
Take your
really
child on
active.
vacation. Take your child to Seychelles.
They go
Take
on
your
holiday.
Take your child to Mauritius. Anyway, continue.
Well, so, you know, I'm fading out of consciousness, fading in and out, in and out. I'm hearing the birds, I'm seeing the eyeballs, and I'm noticing I'm surveilled all day long. And who's behind that? And I just started thinking, and I just started cooking, and I couldn't stop cooking until they came. They took me to the hospital, and I was telling the doctors, your phone is a microwave, your phone is your head, your phone's your vein, your phone's your mind, babes, your phone's your head, your phone's in your eyeballs, your phone's in your throat, your phone's in your ears. And they said, I have a contact for you. And who was in the next ER getting donating blood but Charlie Booker?
Wow.
Amazing. Yeah, Charlie goes straight to the ER to donate blood.
No, I think it's
He's
great.
so nice.
Donations are an emergency.
Because that way you don't have to wait for a blood drive, babes. You just stop in.
You just go
They'll take it.
straight to the source. It's fresher that way.
Charlie said they don't tell you, but they'll take it.
They'll take you. We're going to go in there and they're going to be like, no.
It's amazing.
Alright.
Your
Just was
ideas are
catching up in my
amazing.
brain what you said.
It is like, yeah, what are you mad about?
What are you mad about?
Well,
It's
yeah,
just-
I'm here at the ER. I want to give blood. You need blood.
I did want to address the elephant in the room. We've been getting a lot of comments that we've been doing too much phone stuff.
A lot of comments.
A
yeah.
lot
Too much
of
phone
comments.
But also
parallels and
comments, yeah.
similes and metaphors.
in Cherub's episode, there's no one phone, babes. That's a
It's
that's
not
a
phones.
Prius camera up the asshole, babes.
It's
I don't-
about a camera. It's about in your body. It's not about a phone.
And what about the episode where the typewriter is an angel?
Yes.
Exactly.
There's a typewriter as an angel. That
When the
comes
typewriter is an angel.
That's
comes
one
to
of your
these-
episodes where it
But-
feels
Yes,
like
oh,
nothing
it's a-
It
happens.
feels like it's just a gorgeous story of two women
Thank
falling in
you.
love, typing poems to each
I would
other.
argue, because that took place in 1898,
Yeah.
right? I would argue that typewriters were the phones of 1898.
See, that's where the conversation happened. And this is for the listener at home. The conversation started because we were like, I thought about a typewriter being like, wow, that was somebody that didn't have a microphone. They weren't listening. A typewriter never listens.
A phone is really anything that you're not present for.
Right.
And these are the debates that we're having. We are sitting there for hours and hours and hours going, is a typewriter the phone of the 1800s?
And then I hand V1 over to Baby Angel. And Baby Angel goes, well, what if the typewriter's an angel, but she's doing cocaine all the time?
It's so
Right?
fucked up.
Yes.
We have
It's
a lot
fucked
of
up.
because we're trying to expand, right? Like Black Mirror is more than just the phone. So we like to go and look at different eras. We're working on a medieval episode right now, but we can't figure out what's the phone of the medieval times.
Yes.
I can't
Is it
figure.
the dove?
Is it
Is
the
it the
sword?
dove?
It might be the
Is
dove.
it the crow, the raven?
Yeah.
We just can't.
It might be the loom for women and the swords for men.
Yes.
Yeah,
what
I
I'm
think that might be
thinking.
it. But then we go back and then we go, can we put a phone in it?
Mhm.
Well, that's
Please.
the different thing. We have an episode I wrote where King Arthur finds a phone in the lake instead of a sword.
Pulls out the
It
rock.
didn't go through,
It
unfortunately.
didn't go through.
Jason
But
Momoa did a great job.
Jason was amazing. He came in just for the writer's room table read. I hope we have to talk about it. Every actor wants to be in Black Mirror. And we're
Yes.
so honored, but we have to also tell you, slow your roll.
I think you know what it is. I think all these American actors want to come in and do it because it's a perfect amount for a holiday. It's a week and a half. right? You're on set for like 6-7 days, depending on the size of the role. So we get tons of these. Let's talk about the American actors.
No,
who've been
sometimes
pitching
we're getting
themselves.
American actors, and they're they're coming in with pitches, and so because we got so much interest that we're like, you actually, if you want to be in a Black Mirror episode, and this is an advice for all you A and B listeners out there, come to us with your phone. Sir Patrick Stewart came in and he's like, listen, I think my phone is a quill and a madman. That's my phone.
A madman with a quill in his hand and a
then
big
we
hat.
go, well, let's see your phone, and we look at his algorithm, and it is revolting.
But also this.
Patrick
He's watching
Stewart,
stuff. that
He's
is-
watching things that.
And he's watching it all on Facebook.
Yes, and you can see his public light.
And he's reposting. Yeah.
It's crazy.
But then there's people like the Rizzler come in. They really want him to do. Netflix really wants him to do that.
Yes.
Netflix is really pushing the Rizzler to be in a Black Mirror
And we
episode.
can't. He's not giving us the phone. The dad isn't giving us the phone. We can't really go for what we're supposed to do.
You know,
What?
Big Justice actually has a lot of phone ideas, but unfortunately, it's not his time.
Well, that was
Yes.
a really dark day. We had to try and pitch ideas to put AJ, Big Justice, and the Rizzler in an episode.
And we couldn't comment about AJ, Big Justice, and the Rizzler, because for me, the most interesting thing is their lives,
Right, yes.
How they're
Exactly.
famous.
Yes.
We couldn't comment on their lives
We
and how they
couldn't.
were famous at
Oh, remember
all.
the cash register made of clicks?
Yes.
And if they paid the rent with clicks, right?
Exactly.
With
Yes.
clicks.
Yeah,
Money-
with clicks and likes. And you open the cash register and they pay the rent with that, right? But
the
it didn't
thing
work.
is, it was interesting because you had a TikTok and you put your TikTok on the scanner and it took your clicks away.
Right,
It took
yeah,
your views
yeah,
away.
yeah, yeah.
So if you want to buy something, you have to lose the views.
And you could also pay on credit, right? So if you had a TikTok draft that you're sure is going to be viral, you can pay with a draft, but you got to pay interest as well.
Yes.
And I don't know why they said more pizza stuff. And I was
They're
like,
really pushing for more pizza.
Well, the
Rizzler-
Rizzler,
pizza.
the Rizzler called it derivative.
You know what? It was a
say
fair
that?
note.
It was fair.
It
It
was fair
actually
enough.
made us
It-
go home
it-
and go, we got to take this.
It was
Derivative,
both
yeah.
derivative and way too complicated.
it was too much. It was
You
like,
couldn't
yeah,
really
you do it.
follow the metaphor once it started going.
Yeah.
This does bring up the question for me, which I'm always thinking about. I'm getting emotional. It's really hard to write Black Mirror because technology is going so much faster than we are. And we write something and we go, oh, that just happened. You know, oh, somebody tries to kill themselves for views. Oh, that just happened. You
No,
know,
no,
How
things
for
can
like
we
sure.
that.
how can we hold a mirror to society when society is constantly reflecting itself in a weird, removed parody sense? You
Well,
know?
that's why I think
Exactly.
I think our production company moved our writers. Now we are writing pretty much for like 4 days straight because there's no time. Because if we take breaks, these things tech goes faster.
Exactly,
right?
and that's why we have a bunch of PAs, our wonderful PAs. Shout out to Lila and Sarah Grace, who are stationed in Silicon Valley.
We
They're
love you.
strategic.
Stationed.
They're stationed
They're
there.
on walkie at Silicon Valley.
We have a PA outpost.
And they are listening for buzz, for rumors, for board meetings. They're walking around in disguise and they're relaying, Meta's coming out with some glasses that can tell when your
Yeah.
food's done. You
and
know?
boom, that's giving us gasoline.
And then we run.
Yes. Like, what are we going to do with that? Meta is coming out with glasses that tell when your food's ready.
Yeah,
Ooh.
let's do the process, babes.
Let's do it.
Let's
Let's do it.
Exactly.
right?
So it's
That's great.
clearly it's synced to your oven with some type of cloud technology. We know that. So if there's a cloud and the cloud makes your food, do the tech companies control what you're eating then?
Yes,
Exactly.
yes. And are you eating not food anymore? Are you just eating for nutrition's sake? And we can tie in bodybuilder culture.
And what if you can hack the Prime Minister's oven and undercook his chicken and kill him?
Wow.
Oh my God!
Oh my God.
Wait, that's
Hacking in the
Oh my
future.
God.
Hacking in the future.
That's a
is,
good idea.
Is hacking
Yes,
ovens.
it's hacking ovens.
Did I do it?
It's hacking ovens.
Wait,
It's the future
babes,
iPad.
babes,
Did I do it?
babes, you did. It's all right,
Yes,
it's all
yes,
right.
yes.
What about? Have you seen the smart fridges with the big tablet in front?
Yes.
Yes.
What if you can hack in to the Prime Minister's fridge
And
and change the degrees of the fridge and make the milk bad?
you're not-
Slightly turn everything.
not
and put him on
holding-
the toilet
Yes.
during a Parliament meeting and get him out.
yes, you're not holding his daughter captive anymore. You're holding his fridge.
God.
Oh my
Really
God.
good.
And they'll never know because to him, his servants, they go in, they pull out the meal, but little do they know we've hacked it to put peanut sauce in there, but he's got a peanut allergy. And these tech companies, they aren't thinking about us, are they?
And that's all because of Sarah Grace and Lila in Silicon Valley.
But I have to stop for a second. I'm sorry, baby angel. I don't think they have technology to put peanut sauce on something.
Hey guys, I want to talk to you about today's sponsor. That's Huel, Huel. If you know me, you know I am trying to get huge. I'm trying to get ripped. I'm trying to get jacked. I'm trying to get absolutely massive, and I want to lift a car by the end of the year. And part of being strong and healthy is having a balanced, awesome way of eating. And that's where Huel comes in. No time to cook, no problem. Our friends at Huel and today's sponsor have you covered. Spelled Huel, their Black Edition Ready to Drink is a complete meal in a bottle with 35 grams of protein, 27 vitamins and minerals, high fiber, low sugar, so you feel full, focused, and ready for your day. No prep, no cleanup, just grab and go. Huel's already sold over 500 million meals around the world, and now it's your turn to try it. New customers get 15% off at Huel.com when you use my code ARTISTSX4. That's 15% off at Huel.com when you use my code ARTISTSX4. Guys, the Black Edition, again, it's a perfectly balanced meal. It tastes so delicious. It's incredibly affordable. And the Black Edition Ready to Drink, it's got protein like you wouldn't believe. So guys, start saving time and money without compromising your nutrition today with this exclusive offer for new customers of 15% off using our code ARTISTSX4. Please see our description for the terms and conditions. Skip the stress, not the nutrition. Try Huel today for complete nutrition. Bottled!
No, don't stop, baby angel.
I'm
Wait.
sorry, baby angel.
No, I saw it in my concussion. It's going to happen.
But the fridge doesn't have hands, baby angel.
We were talking about like chicken being undercooked and milk being bad. And
I think you're underestimating the power of a fridge, babe.
I'm not underestimating that.
I don't think
You've got to understand where the technology
she is
can
not
go.
underestimating it.
I don't think she's underestimating
You're
it.
underestimating where the fridge can go. Because if it has ketchup in there, if it has peanut, if it has butter,
Baby angel, I
What's
don't
to
see
stop
it.
it?
I don't
I
see
think
it.
Go
you're
from here.
over-masturbating.
you think I'm overestimating
I
the
think
fridge.
because-
You guys just
I think
aren't
you're
ready.
over-masturbating because you think a fridge can add ingredients, babes.
No, y'all aren't ready for what's coming, babes.
Oh.
And this is why Baby Angel is like the devil, and then some
Sometimes
of
she
us are
goes
the
too far. Sometimes she
Some
just
of us are
goes
the
too
angel
far.
and you're the
Look,
devil.
I studied abroad in Texas. Y'all are not ready for what is coming. And this is the biggest fight we get into the writer's room, because sometimes I feel you guys are imagining things that are happening 5 years in the future. And I think I'm imagining things that are happening 500 years in the future.
yeah.
And it's incredibly
and we
frustrating
keep on
to
saying
communicate.
500 is too far.
we say, we always say,
too
Baby
far
Angel.
away to be
It's not gonna be
any
anymore.
sort of
But what
resonance
if
with
we're
people.
right? What if we're right? In 600 years, people will watch
No,
episodes
Baby
of Black
Angel.
Mirror and they'll go, "We were prophets," and
it-
they'll worship us like gods. Don't you understand?
They would say that if we did 50 years in advance. Not even 50, like even 10. 500 years.
Baby
babes.
Angel, you're so worried about people that are going to be alive when you're dead, thinking about what you're doing. It's not going to matter if they think we're gods or not. We'll be gone.
Y'all,
Wait.
I just want to be
Prolific.
important.
Y'all, again.
Y'all,
Did I
I
do
want to be important.
Okay, speaking of being important
Yes.
and being live and dead, what happens if graveyards and tombstones
Yes.
go towards tech?
Oh,
They start showing your most viral videos on your gravestone.
What if the thing that had the most clicks
The thing
and
that you're
likes
most known for
was on your tombstone?
gravestone.
Or
oh.
go,
What
go.
about if you got the full body scanners, like the TSA at the airport, and you take them to the corpses in the graveyard and you scan them
And
then
see if they're
AI
wearing
turns
jewelry?
them into people, so somebody
go talk to them.
So you can turn somebody in the graveyard into a person.
So every
That's beautiful.
corpse has an AI actor in front of it
I wouldn't
saying,
call it an
"Hey,
actor.
here's my."
It's like a grave robbing, right?
No.
Hologram.
Yeah,
A
No,
yeah.
it's like grave robbers, but grave robbers not stealing gems or crystals from someone's corpse. They're stealing their entire identity
Yeah.
and putting it on the cloud.
Yeah, and then what about this, right? then it's a fad, right? And then then it grows and grows, and then you can go to the gravestone, and you can see the body of your loved one, right, laying there, and you can lay on top of it and feel the warmth, right? Because it's the computer. No. So then we zoom out. The end of the episode, it's a bunch of living people laying down like they're dead.
But the scary thing is, they're laying on transformers and processors, and the corpses themselves are being crushed to dust. So the bodies are dying, but the process servers are bigger.
Yes, and then a little girl wakes up, and it was a dream.
Oh no!
No, we don't need that.
I like ending it like that. Why not?
We've
I
never
love
done that
that.
before. I don't think we should start now.
No, I think it'd be fun.
You were really on to gold.
Mummy, I was so close to climax, Mummy.
Oh, come on. I love ending it in a stupid spot.
God, you know, but this has me thinking.
What's
This
that?
has me thinking.
Uh-oh.
Say. This has me thinking.
What's that?
What is that? What are you thinking about?
What is it?
What are you thinking
it?
about?
So if the
What is it, love?
if the dead, love, if the dead have ideas,
Get through it. Get
if the
through it.
dead have ideas, what's to stop a grizzled old man with writer's block from going to the graveyard to steal ideas from the dead?
So when do they have ideas? Is it
So-
the AI?
Yes, so AI.
Dicky,
can
don't
generate
get caught in the
new-
weeds,
No,
Dicky.
I'm getting caught to the weeds.
This is classic Dicky. Dicky,
All
get
All
out
I
of the
have
weeds.
are my dogs.
Whack the weeds, Dicky.
You all got a
Get out
fun
of the
thing.
weeds.
I have my
Get out of the
dogs.
weeds.
I have nothing, Dicky. Come on, I have weird ending.
Whack the weeds, Dicky. Whack the
I'm
weeds.
not
whack the weeds.
whacking the weeds.
Whack the
I am
weeds.
in
Hey,
deep with
Alexa,
the weeds.
whack Dicky's weeds.
Whack Dicky's weeds. No, because Dicky had a great idea earlier that we couldn't quite relate to because it was a little bit above our socioeconomic income bracket.
Thank you.
But it was,
Compliment, love.
you know, you were like, what if chauffeurs could hear your thoughts? And we
Yes,
were like,
I did say that. I said, wouldn't it be
it's
crazy?
hard for us to
Wouldn't
connect
it
to
be
that place.
wild if chauffeurs could hear your thoughts? and you all looked at me with the blankest eyes I've ever
But
seen.
it's kind of hard.
And then you looked at me and said, talk about your dogs again. And I said, okay, here we go. There's Marty, the golden retriever.
oh, dog number 8.
Okay, save the rest. But I'll say this. It is hard to connect with some of your ideas, babes, because they are like so fast. Like you said, like you came in the other day and you were like, God, my smart toilet won't update and I can't watch an episode of The Crown.
And you said, is that a pitch? And I said, no, that's just my Monday.
That's a bitch. It's a bitch.
No,
and we
it's a
didn't-
bitch, yes.
It's a bitch or a peach.
It's not a bitch,
Yes,
it's a bitch.
you guys always come to me and say, is that
Is
a
it a pitch or a bitch?
Bitch or bitch, love.
The other
Bitch
day
or
I said,
bitch?
ugh, my private airline charter got sick and I showed up 10 minutes late, so I fired him. And you said,
and
is
all
that
I
a
heard,
bitch or a bitch?
Yes, all I heard is no phone. That's a beach.
Absolutely.
Should we play pitch or bitch? A quick round?
Let's play.
Pitch or bitch. Pitch or bitch. Pitch or bitch. Go around the table.
I'm
Pitch
on
or
the
bitch.
dog.
You're more the dogs, you got pitch or bitch. And honestly, that's
Babes,
a lot.
I don't have a thing. You give a fuck.
You have the thing.
We all have the
Your
thing.
episodes are really boring. Remember?
Honestly, needed a reminder. Here we
We
go.
all have a thing. Our thing is Black Mirror.
Muffins,
Alright.
concussions. All right, pitch or bitch.
Pitch or bitch. Pitch or bitch. First up.
You give us a scenario,
Okay.
and we have to think if it's pitch or bitch.
Are you pitching an episode or are you complaining about your life?
Okay, so this has just happened to my friend. He's a little bit poorer than the rest of us, but he bought this wonderful new coat. He wore it to a party, and everybody was complimenting his coat. That when he went back home, he looked at all of his things and realized he needed to upgrade every single thing. He had just gotten a lot of money from the king because he's an encyclopedia writer. So he wrote these encyclopedia writers very poor for a long time. The king comes in and gives him $200,000
What is this?
to buy his encyclopedia
I'm having
collection.
trouble focusing.
He buys a beautiful coat.
I honestly thought these would be shorter.
Yeah.
So this is what happened to my friend. Let me finish. And so then he realizes, looks around his house, all of his things are poor, so he goes bankrupt and into debt, buying all
Surely
new
that's the end.
things.
That's a bitch.
Pitch or bitch?
Bitch.
There's not a single technology in there. It's coats and
That's a
kings.
bitch because there's no phone.
It's such a bitch.
Oh, God,
Okay,
God.
another one.
Oh, a bitch.
Too many diamonds on your encrusted phone. You're trying to look for the background of a good diamond phone.
Oh,
This could be a pitch.
That's a pitch.
It's a pitch.
It's
'Cause
a
of phone.
bitch.
You got us
Oh,
again,
that's
love.
happening to you.
Wow.
Funny.
Wow.
Oh,
Wow.
I have to say, I think there's a lot happening in our lives where we turn them into episodes.
Yes.
We experience technology every single day. And the question is, do you want them to be hopeful or negative?
Oh,
What do we
God,
want to
yes.
Well,
say?
I remember because you had that when you went to Glastonbury and met that man who ended up being a phone.
Yes, I was 3 days into the Glastonbury Music Festival. I
Yeah.
was having a blast. I was listening to Tame and Paula.
And you met a man who was a phone.
And I
I
remember
guess.
we had to break it to you because you sent in the group text, writer's group text, a picture. I met my friend. It's a fit bird. And
was so clearly a
and we
phone.
went, oh God,
I was quite simply-
cherub. That's not a person. That's a phone.
I was quite simply out of my gourd on MDMA, and I was talking to this thing forever. I thought it was my new best friend.
So, did you ever find the person whose phone that is?
No, I
Because-
just kept the phone.
You kept it because did you fall in love with it a little bit, babes?
Well, I'd made out with it. I kissed it. I
Oh, you
loved
kissed
it.
the phone.
I was hanging out with the phone, and we were dancing together, and then it died
Gorgeous.
on me.
It's
And
gorgeous.
I didn't have a plug that worked for it, so I couldn't charge it. So I buried it in the ground.
Well, that's the saddest thing I've ever
It's
heard.
gorgeous.
I
babes.
mourned the loss of my love. My love was a phone, and that's why I wrote an episode about it.
I thought
I
it
know
was
that was
gorgeous.
So
the
beautiful.
so it's like almost like these sex love robots, but the companies the manufacturing to make the skin was too expensive, so they just thought, what if we put a chip in everyone's brains that makes them see phones as sexy ladies?
Hey,
Exactly.
speaking of sexy ladies, did you hear that they're making sex toys with Wi-Fi?
What do you mean?
How does this change things? How does this change things
What do
for
they
you?
do?
Can you play like music on it or something?
You can watch TV on it.
So it's a dildo with a
Right on a
screen. love.
dildo.
Yeah, and I think that's pretty scary, don't you?
So it's like the screens on the back of the dildo. Like if you're using it,
Yes,
can you
and
see-
you're watching it.
So
and
is it
you're doing
extra?
it.
So
And
is
I'm
it?
sorry.
So
how
big
dare
is-
you think that's a bad thing? Because that's nothing to jump on. Because I'm going to tell you this right now. That's this close to what we've always been talking about: people fucking computers.
Darling, I'm not judging. I'm confused as hell.
I'm not. We just have clarifying
She's just
questions.
in the weeds.
I
It's
just-
all
Oh,
right
we
to be
whack
in
my
the
weeds.
weeds.
I
I'm
just
trying
want to
to
know what you
whack.
think the shape of the screen part of the dildo is.
I
or
didn't
if it's
invent it,
round.
love. I didn't do
But you
it.
saw
Bloody
it,
hell.
right?
But
You
you're
saw it?
pitching it.
Yeah, I saw it.
So can you show where the dildo is? And can you
Do
show
I
where
have to
the-
be specific?
Yes.
All right. So the
You
dildo
have to
goes.
use your body.
I realise we've been panning down a lot, but we might not. Do.
For the audio listener,
be
I'm
up.
holding a big dildo in the middle of my my legs,
It's a
right?
crazy thing to hear.
All right, and like almost like one of those TiVo remotes. It's kind of rectangle a little bit at the top. Big screen. And you can connect it.
I'm just wondering
You
what the
can connect
reflection
it.
of society is.
I just think it's crazy that you can hack the Prime Minister's dildo and change it.
So you can.
We
Check
can't
the
make
Prime
every
Minister-
episode
and
about
then
hacking
a
the
little
Prime
boy
Minister's
wakes
subject.
up.
No,
And a little boy
no.
wakes up and he was on a
We're
walk
not
the whole
doing
time.
that.
A little
Love,
boy,
we're
we
not doing
on
that,
TV, we can't have a little boy dreaming about
No,
the Prime Minister's dildo.
Because he's 12.
We
He's about to be
cannot.
13, Dicky.
No,
Come
not
on.
old enough.
We're talking
Not
about
old
we're talking
enough.
about being an adolescent and feeling things, and it's connected to a screen, babe.
Okay, actually,
Yes, sir.
Okay,
what
what
if, because you're my best friend, we
I
share
love you,
one
baby
mind,
angel,
and I
I
think I
love
know
you.
where you're
I
going
love
with this.
you.
Someone hacks the Prime Minister's dildo.
Jesus. I mean, that's what you got for. That's what you
Go.
wanted, that was your launching off pad.
Go, baby angel, go.
So
Someone hacks the Prime Minister's
You
dildo.
hack the Prime Minister's dildo. Say I'm the Prime Minister of, let's say I'm the Prime Minister of Japan, and I'm having
They
a.
don't have one.
Let's say I'm the Emperor of Japan.
Still,
Is that not right? What's the term?
President.
Say I'm the President of Japan, and I'm having a trade disagreement with the UK President,
Yeah,
right?
having a trade disagreement. Good.
And we're having a trade disagreement. And I'm thinking, medals are worth 10%. You're thinking, no, medals are worth 15%. So it's boring stuff, right? Yeah. But let's say the Prime Minister of Japan takes it a little too far, and he says, I'm going to hack into the dildo.
Yes.
And I'm going to talk directly to him when he's most vulnerable.
And then he agrees to the trade agreement.
And then he says, you will agree to the trade agreement.
Okay, I
And then
did
he
like
goes,
talking to somebody when they're most vulnerable.
I'm
That was
sorry.
an interesting phrase. I like that.
Baby angel. Baby angel. I want to hold you
and
after
then
that.
the cum is the agreement.
I looked right
You
in her
lost
eyes when
me,
she
and
said
I'm
that.
out. I'm
And
back.
then the cum is the agreement.
Right back in the weeds.
We understand each other. I knew exactly where you were
I
going.
don't want to stop you, love. I don't mean to stop you. Is this an alternate reality where everyone knows about everyone else's dildos?
And the Prime Minister has dildos.
Okay, I can't believe we're bringing in logic when people can hack into the Prime Minister's microwave. They can also, it's appliances, babe.
I can understand you have a microwave. You don't just naturally assume everyone has a dildo.
Well, I think in 2027, we
I
will.
think there'll be, I think 500 years from now, mark my words, dildos will be mandatory.
I think
they'll be mandatory to
Yes.
own.
I think
You won't
just
have
like
to use them.
Sorry.
You just
Yes.
have to own them.
I think just like women getting the right to vote, it will be true in the future that all people must own a dildo,
And what you do with it is your business.
and it will be 5G.
And that's what's crazy.
so right
Sometimes-
about that. I didn't even get that.
Sometimes we
You're
go
a
off.
genius.
Well, sometimes I walk home, because it's a 40-minute walk for me home, and I don't trust cars anymore. So I walk home, and I think, wow, based on what we're talking about, the future could go any which way, right? Like,
Yeah.
we're thinking about the
It's
future.
really hard to catch a tangent before it goes off in the writer's
The
room.
future changes
Sometimes we're
every
following
day.
something for hours and hours and hours, and it blows our mind. And when we write it down on paper, the beat by beat, it makes absolutely no sense to the human being.
Yeah.
But we all understand.
It's
Like
crazy.
the conversation that all the Waymos had that we wrote.
Yes.
When the Waymos all
Waymo
go...
prom.
Waymo prom.
I liked Whimo Prom.
I liked Waymo
I liked
Prom.
Waymo
It
Prom.
actually
It
made
so
me cry.
sweet.
It was really
was
like a
so
beautiful coming-of-age story with automatic cars.
It was two Waymos trying to park in the same spot, and then one
And
of them
they're kissing.
says, you know what? I'm actually feeling a connection here.
Do you want to go to Waymo prom with me?
It was really cute. It was 8 couples of Waymo cars standing in front of a big house on the stairs taking pictures.
And it was
then they all got in the biggest limo you'd ever seen because
But
it
I
was a
re-
limo. that
I
could
really
carry
liked it.
And they have
16
their
cars.
Waymo parents
Yeah.
waving. But I then my favorite part about the my favorite part about the Waymo prom.
Oh my God, are you getting hacked?
Oh, it's am I getting hacked?
No, I think it
Look
was
at-
just a
feel
blip.
my head.
Oh.
Do you feel hack?
No.
All right. So I think in the Waymo prom episode, my favorite's when it ends and there are all these single people in each Waymo, humans, sitting there, slowly dying. No food, no water.
They've been locked
In
the
the
Waymo.
car of a robot, and that robot is living life.
And I loved the ending of that because it made you think, what's this? And we didn't talk about it.
No,
What's
but
this?
I thought
think
it was so interesting because it really ended with, huh?
Yeah, I was like,
What were we trying to say? Because we could have said so many things, but we really didn't land on any of
It was
them.
almost like we wanted to write the Cars, like Cars 4 or something. It was like we wanted to write a sort of Lightning McQueen companion story.
With a little bit of
We could have
Transformers
said
or something.
so many things like, what is humans' personification of an automatic? Like, we're adding a lot of feelings to
Yeah.
these little
And
robots
what's it
on
like
the
when
side
we
of the street.
outsource fun to robots who are experiencing life for us?
Mhm, but they're
Yeah.
not actually experiencing it because they're not because robots can't experience. You know?
And then what happens is we have these good, crucial conversations, and then we just kind of go,
Meh.
just end it in something weird.
I got a favourite thing I like to do in the writers' room with all of you. It's really fun. Remember when we like to try to pretend like we put the chips on our brain and we go away?
Yes.
Because that's such a big part of our show. Somebody puts
do it.
something on and then they go into the cloud and then they jump up like they're scared of something. I love to try it. Do you want to see what I do?
Yes.
Okay, I'll give it a shot.
That's good.
Where
That
did
was
you
really
go?
Where'd you go?
Where did you go?
I imagined I went back in time and a dinosaur was trying to eat my butt.
Eat your butt? Munch on your butt like a snack?
Now that's crazy.
He's eating him like a little
You
twitch
keep
ball.
on trying to
little
pitch that
T-Rex
episode.
lion.
jumping on
Like
your
a Mars
ass.
bar, like a lion's bar, like a box of Smarties.
I keep on thinking you're trying to pitch a new butterfly theory type of thing, but you keep on just pitching that you go back in time and a dinosaur almost eats your butt.
It's eating your
And,
ass.
when you
Thinking it's
crush the
going
butterfly,
somewhere.
when you affect the rest of history and you go, no, he's just trying to munch
But
on
it
my
would
butt.
change the history, wouldn't it? It wouldn't change the future, because if I went back to the present, I wouldn't have a butt.
Wait, oh my God.
You're obsessed with the
okay,
past.
yeah.
I'm obsessed with the future.
Cherub, that might be some.
That actually might
No,
be something.
I'm stuck in the weeds.
Because what if?
I'm right in the
What
weeds.
if now
Whack
let's
Dicky's
now we say
weeds.
we have to we in this in our writers room we have to follow the rabbit hole, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
Follow
we
it
all
down, follow
say
it down.
there's thing. You just follow the rabbit hole, see where it
Because
Follow
a
the
rabbit hole is
see where it
human.
goes.
If it goes quickly and the end is there, that's the internet. And
Yes.
no. But the rabbit hole is the human. And go down.
I think it's rabbits.
You think,
I think at
it's
the end of the
rabbits?
I
rabbit
think
hole
the
will be a
rabbit
rabbit.
hole is actually rabbits. I don't think a rabbit hole is inherently human. I think it's rabbits.
I think it's a human. I think a rabbit has a beating heart just like us.
Can you try the thing?
Okay. And this is just an acting exercise.
It's an acting. We like to do it for fun.
No, I love it. Ready, Vinny?
Oh, she closed her eyes.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Subtle.
What was happening?
Definitely in your episodes. That's
Yes,
in your
in mine.
episodes.
Oh, it was so subtle. Where'd you go?
The 99-cent store, Dollar Tree, an American store.
That's closed down.
That's
Wow.
such a
Okay, you
I
go.
feel like I shouldn't have gone second because I don't really know what to do with.
Good.
no. That's exactly what we do. Okay, I'll put the chip in. Okay,
Where'd you
so
go? Where'd you go?
I went into
Let
a
us take it in for a second.
No,
Jump to your explanation. I really liked it.
That was a great one.
The same noise out and in. I like
It's out and in. It's efficiency, right? It's efficiency. So
Good
I
neck-
went to a
neck
laundry
flexibility.
machine, and I thought, what if someone's hacking into the clothes? And
I can get to the clothes.
Oh, I really watch this.
You can watch this.
what if someone's hacking into the clothes, right? And they're turning all the whites to pinks. What if a red agent?
Feels like laundry machines kind of do that sometimes.
Yeah.
But what if they did it on purpose,
we'll,
right?
we'll try
baby
to follow the rabbit
angel.
hole here.
What if?
What is this? What you trying to say?
So what I'm trying to say is, what if there were nefarious people who wanted to upset the Prime Minister?
This sounds like the laundry version of peanut sauce.
Yeah, and again, it's the Prime Minister. I would just love if
500
one time
years
we
now.
started with a metaphor or an idea rather than choosing an object and saying how could it affect the Prime
You
Minister.
know, that would
Talking
be
about
easier.
Waymo prom had nothing to do with the Prime Minister.
Yeah, that's true. I really enjoyed Whimo prom.
I do think Waymo Prom really has
It
something
could have
to
said
say.
so many things.
and we just don't
wrote
know what it is
Cars
yet.
4.
I do think we should take it back to the editing bay
Yes.
and see if we could maybe find some new meaning in Waymo Prom.
Okay, ready?
Stop. There's a Patreon you need to get into. It's the Artist on Artist on Artist on Artist Patreon.
Drop whatever you're holding. Run to your computer. The Patreon is full of bonus post-show activities. We've done the Oscar draft where we pick our picks for Best Picture and we go up against each other and we fight like a war. So drop the thing in your hands. Halt. Do not proceed. Proceed immediately to your laptop. And sign up for the Artist on Artist on Artist Patreon on Patreon.
Okay, I'll try this.
Oh, the moment before.
It's a wafer.
Where'd you go?
That was sexual. That was sexual.
It was like you were taking a communion wafer.
That was like Bugs
I
Bunny.
was the ATM.
You were the ATM. Oh, this is good. Because
I
when you
felt
become a machine,
what it was like to be a machine.
and what do you feel as the machine?
Nothing.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh.
Nothing.
Oh. Now this gives me dread. This gives me dread, and I think we can use it.
Yes.
All right, now go down the
Machine-
rabbit hole. Go down the human
Machine-
rabbit hole of
hole.
dread.
As much as we want to personify feelings, pain, anything on a machine, they feel nothing. Go.
So,
Run.
so I'm a
Go.
lady. I'm a lady, right? I'm alone
Okay.
on Valentine's Day. All my friends are out with
Yeah,
their boyfriends.
yeah.
I want to fall in love
Okay, okay.
with something.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to fall in love with something so bad.
Yeah.
So I go to my microwave.
Okay.
And then ready, baby angel, ready?
Yes.
Ring, ring, ring. The phone's ringing.
The phone is ringing.
Ring, ring, inside.
My phone is ringing inside the microwave. I
Ready,
open
ready?
it up, and I'm
Okay.
confused because I checked. I put it on the popcorn setting. It's hot, right? So I reach in. My phone's hot,
Ring, ring. Pick it up. Ready?
and it
Pick
says,
it up.
"Hello."
This is the Prime Minister.
And I say, "Prime Minister, what are you doing alone on Valentine's Day? Don't you busy?
I could ask you the same question, don't you?
Don't you?"
So I'm just wondering, just right away, I'm wondering, how does this tie into that machines don't feel anything?
So I'm getting there, love, right? So I'm in love. I start going on dates with this phone microwave. I start going on dates. I fall in
Not the
love. I
Prime
take
Minister.
it to me. So
Talking to the Prime Minister.
I only know the Prime Minister through the
Okay,
phone microwave, right?
okay.
So I take her to meet my mum, take her to meet my pa, right? And we're talking, we're falling in love, we're getting married. But then he unboots. He doesn't reboot.
All
He
right.
doesn't reboot. And
I
then
never heard that term before.
that's and that's what
He unboots
but it
himself.
makes
I think
sense to me.
Yeah.
It makes sense to me. And that's when, so you're sitting in there after you're married, and you're sitting in there with your phone microwave in your marriage bed, and you're thinking,
Your marriage.
you're thinking, shouldn't I feel something? But you can't, because the robot doesn't feel. And that's the lesson.
Or,
Okay, that's
okay,
one idea.
I like that.
I'm gonna
Or,
put
it on the
what about
board.
this?
We'll put it on the
Oh, I
board.
want to hear your idea.
Waymo karaoke.
Okay.
Okay.
Or Whimo karate.
Okay. You've latched onto the Waymo. You've latched onto the Waymo.
And the Prime Minister calls.
No, we don't need to do the Prime Minister.
No.
You were
Prime
on
Minister.
something. You were really on to
Waymo.
So
Waymo
I actually,
karate.
so there's two rabbit holes before you: Waymo karaoke and Waymo karate. Which one do you want to fall down?
And I want to say, none of them lead to the Prime Minister.
I want to say, this actually is a great idea because we do the Choose Your Own Adventure episodes on Netflix, like Bandersnatch.
Yes.
Like
Bandersnatch.
Bandersnatch. So we could do karaoke or karate. You are Waymo.
You are Waymo. Do you want to sing a song or do you want to hit a Waymo?
Okay, so I want to sing a song.
Okay.
So what happens now?
I don't know.
Go, Dicky, go. Dicky,
This is
go.
me now.
Yes, Dicky, go.
Okay.
I want to sing a song,
You
and
wanna
now
sing-
you
okay.
fix
Dicky, go. Go,
fix
Dicky,
it,
go.
fix it.
Yes.
So you end up in a Thai restaurant with a bunch of Waymos.
And the other dogs.
And the other dogs,
Yes, Waymo.
And all my dogs, there's Charlize, there's Devin, and they're all saying, go, it's your time to sing. And now it's your turn to sing. So you try to select a song. And what happens is you start singing your favorite song. We've got a million different songs. Believe me, the rights are going to be amazing for this. Rich, abundant rights.
Justin Timberlake.
A lot of Justin Timberlake songs. You
I
select
like
one
him.
and you start singing and you sing with your whole heart. You're singing into your television remote. And there's a moment where we cut to a live feed of Waymos and they are lightly trying to park. And in that moment you realize you're singing to your TV alone in your own house as a bunch of Waymos in San Francisco try to park.
And that's the Black Mirror, right? Because the Black Mirror is the black screen that you see yourself in, but it's your screen.
Wow.
That's good. That's
Amazing.
good. I like that.
I had an idea.
I would love to literally
Is
hear
it
your
Waymo
idea.
karate?
No, we were
I
talking
feel-
about how robots and machines don't feel, right?
Yeah.
So maybe I was thinking, I don't know, like a scientist in charge of creating a new AI, but he had a flawed relationship with his emotions because of his relationship with his father. And so he built like a flawed emotional AI that turns abusive, and it turns abusive against him, and he has a bad relationship, and he's trying to close it out, but the AI actually guilts it into keeping it alive, and it's kind of a toxic relationship that he can't break, but he built it himself.
And what happens at the end?
I guess the Whimo's karaoke.
Okay.
Bum.
Okay.
All right.
I got nervous.
Cherub.
Yeah,
You did it.
Cherub,
You did it.
Cherub.
You did it.
That was
Cherub, you did
really
it.
interesting.
What?
You got me because it was legitimately a good episode.
I actually
Yes.
was like, I see this point from start
And-
to finish.
And
You
you
should
got
not
me
s-
because the ending was bad.
I did one. I did another one.
Wow.
I'm on a heater.
Okay, should we just go around and rapid fire some episode ideas?
I
for
think
Black
the
Mirror?
people are
Let's
waiting
do
for
some.
Let's not
let's
describe
do-
them at all, because that's really where we get caught
That's
up.
where we get caught up.
Log
Let's do
lines.
the log line. So let's do rapid fire some Black Mirror episodes.
that we have
Yes.
in the can for production next year, right?
Okay, so a Roomba falls in love with a cloud vacuum.
Love.
Oh, it's a computer, but it's a computer for other computers. And a human tries to use it and he gets confused.
A woman with her Apple Watch trying to get it to turn off. She can't. She saws off her wrist. She wakes up. Her other wrist, has another Apple Watch. Keep going.
She
Quick,
has
quick,
two
quick.
wrists with Apple Watches.
Yeah,
Just
quick,
trying to
quick,
understand
quick.
it.
Quick, warming
Again,
up, warming
I don't
up.
want to get stuck in the weeds, but that was crazy. Okay, a Pokemon-like game becomes real when the holograms become so lifelike, and people have to deal with the idea that they are locking these little creatures up in a bowl all the time.
In a world where selfies are money, you have to pay the train with how hot you are.
We get into a world where nobody talks to each other, or everybody only reacts to each other, so no one's communicating. Everyone's only ha-ha. And
If you can marry someone with a like, but what if you can like multiple marriages and you can be in multiple likes? Keep going.
People become having internet in themselves, so they start selling themselves on the street, but it's not prostitution, it's Wi-Fi!
Oh, good. A digital picture frame, only showing pictures of your abusive ex. And then you find out who's locked into that digital picture frame and hacked into it. The Prime Minister!
In a world where you can make your brain a cloud, you can swap brains with your very different friend.
an app that tracks your sleep, but actually affects your sleep. So burglars can go into your house and they can turn off you like you're a switch.
A circus, but it's all hologram animals. And after you realize it's just not as entertaining.
If calories were phones, and every calorie you had added another phone into your stomach, and your intestines was an Apple store.
A realistic video game where a man tries to slap you in the face and you take out the thing and you're not in the game.
A world where the dentist can hear the thoughts going on in your teeth because your teeth are tiny phones.
A person gets to the end of the rainbow and sees a leprechaun, but can't take a photo of it. So did it even happen?
Someone goes back in time to the death of Jesus Christ. They take a selfie with him and they become famous.
A strip club with the poles of phones.
A machine that allows you to transport into different timelines, so you transport into one where you're famous, but you realize fame isn't everything you thought it was, and your fingers are phones.
You can see into the future and meet your future self right before you die, but you end up falling in love with yourself.
You buy a used clone on the dark web, but it turns out it was the original.
That's really good, actually.
I really like
That's
that one. That's a good
really
one.
good, actually.
That's a really good one. Every baby that comes out in the NICU sits on top of a big iPad. And that iPad reflects light through the baby. And all the babies start to be sources of light and information.
Hinge, except when you swipe, you kill them.
Face filters, but you can reuse them in real life.
Okay, ready? That's
actually
good.
good.
That's
That's
really good.
That's actually good.
Hinge, but if you don't like them, you kill them.
Right.
Does a like mean life?
Does a like mean life?
Or love?
Or love?
Yelp, but for doctors to use on patients.
Ooh.
Oh, God.
So doctors can choose if your body is good or not.
Venmo, but it's it's the time that you have to live. It's a movie.
Good, I like
realised
that
that's
one.
A movie.
It's limitless.
That's
do that.
No, that's not
limitless.
limitless. I think it's in time.
about time. It's
no,
about
not
time.
about time. It's the Justin Timberlake one. I think
know
whatever that one.
exactly one.
A
I know what you're
robot
thinking
created to give mouth to mouth when someone is choking, but it becomes sex dolls.
I'm so proud of you that didn't have a phone anywhere near it.
Yay! I did it!
That was great. Wow.
Are we out of ideas?
I think I had one bopping around in here.
I'm sure I have.
I know what we
could
could do. I know what we could do. Let's do one word story, each of us,
Let's
right?
make one.
And we'll do one
Let's do
together,
it.
and that will be the big ending, huh?
All
This
right.
is so fun.
This is
Ready?
amazing.
2.
Women,
Find
A.
Broken.
phone,
and
Upgrade.
2.
another,
friend.
That's a log line, and dare I say,
That was our big finale. Two women find a broken phone and upgrade to another friend.
That's a great idea. I like it. That's happened to me.
I
Let's
like
do it one
That
more
happened to my
time. Let's
friend
do it one more
once.
time.
We
That
do
was
one
very
more.
fun. It was
Okay.
almost like a short form exercise.
It is really like we found our way. We pre-engineered
And we
a
don't
short
like
form game.
We don't like improv for actors.
No. We're writers.
And
No.
we're writers, right?
Yes.
Not
All right,
actors.
so we're going to try
Wait.
again.
Wait, do you guys see the flashing lights behind the cameras?
Hold on. Are we being nanny cammed?
No.
Oh.
What?
Oh my God.
What's
Oh my
happening?
God! Oh, what's happening?
The lights.
Oh my
They're
God.
flashing. They're flashing.
They're flashing.
Quick, that means we have one more idea to save our lives. Go!
What do you think that? What if they're putting thoughts in our brain and every idea we've pitched has been by the camera?
The camera actually pitched all the ideas. Let's see if it's true. A.
I.
Oh.
You.
We missed E.
What if? What if the E stands for Earth, and we're not on Earth, so we couldn't say E? And the truth is, we're not here. We have chips in our
Oh.
brains.
We are the chips in someone else's brain, and they're writing a TV show and successing off our profits.
It's
Is
time.
that what you sick fuck want? Is that what you want?
You see, you think you're right here, but you're actually not. You are merely seeing a projection of us filmed years ago.
If we hold the black mirror to you, do you like what you see?
We've been dead for years.
Take a picture right now of you and your screen.
And post it to www.aiou.com.
This has been Artist on Artist on Artist on Artist, answering the question. Now
that's why they call it
show
business.
Phones.
Good night, Internet.
Live at the beautiful
Dynasty Typewriter. Give it up for Samuel doing those lights, guys. That was cool. That wasn't planned.
Wow.
Guys, if you want to see us talk about this fucking episode, catch our Patreon in the link below. Bye.
See ya.
Bye.
Artists on Artists on Artists on Artists is an improvised Hollywood roundtable podcast created, performed, and produced by Kylie Brakeman, Jeremy Colhane, Angela Giratana, and Patrick McDonald. Music is by Gabriel Ponton. The opinions expressed on this podcast do not reflect the opinions of anyone who works on it, not even the performers, because this is an improvised podcast and we're stupid. Full video versions of AOA are available on YouTube, so please like and subscribe and leave us a 5-star review wherever you get your podcasts. That's all for now. Good night, Hollywood!